Today, we're talking about Uber for Business and how it works. If you've ever had to organize team travel, schedule rides for clients, order food for the office, or send stuff across town, all while managing receipts and tracking who paid what, you probably know how fast that turns into a mess. In this video, I'll walk you through how Uber for Business actually works, what the platform looks like day to day, and how it helps simplify work travel and logistics. The problem it solves. Before we get into how it works, here's the problem it's solving. Most of us use Uber already for personal rides or food delivery. But when you try to do the same things for work, like booking rides for teammates, organizing lunch for the office, or managing receipts for reimbursements, it starts to get messy. You're jumping between personal and business expenses, digging up receipts, emailing screenshots, and wasting time on stuff that really shouldn't be this hard. Uber for Business is built to fix all of that. It gives companies one system where they can manage rides, meals, and deliveries for work without chaos. So what is it really? Uber for Business is a version of Uber made for teams. The company signs up once, and then employees can be invited to join. They don't need to download anything new. They just switch to the business profile inside the regular Uber app. From there, they can request rides, order food, or even send packages. And it's all tracked and paid for by the company. For admins, it's all managed through a central dashboard. That's where you create the programs, set limits, and track activity. You decide who can spend what, when, and where. Setting it up step by step. Let's walk through how the setup actually works. First, someone at your company creates an Uber for Business account. This gives you access to the main dashboard. Think of it like your control center. From here, you can create ride or meal programs, invite team members, set limits like budget, location, and time of day, choose payment methods like company cards or monthly invoicing. You can create multiple programs depending on how your team operates. Maybe you want to cover work rides for your sales team, but only allow food orders during lunch hours for the office staff. You can build those rules into the system from the start. Then you just invite your employees to join. They'll get an email, connect their Uber account to your business profile, and that's it. Once they switch to the business profile in the app, they can order meals or rides on the company's dime, within the rules you set. So, what does this actually look like when someone uses it? Let's say one of your team members needs to get a client meeting. They open the Uber app, switch to the business profile, and request a ride like they normally would. The difference? The ride is paid for by the company and logged under the company accounts. Or let's say you want to order lunch for your team. You switch to Uber Eats, stay in the business profile, and place the order. Again, it follows whatever limits were set, like time of day, restaurant options, or price. There's also an option to send vouchers, which are prepaid credits employees or guests can use for rides or meals. You decide how much they're worth, when they expire, and where they can be used. It's perfect for one-off events or treating clients. Admins and finance teams get all this info in the dashboard, so no one has to forward receipts or upload spreadsheets later. It's already there. A look at the dashboard, admin side. Now, on the admin side, everything runs through the main dashboard, and that's where the real control is. From here, you can manage billing, control who has access, set up your travel and meal policies, and track all usage across your team. It's designed to be flexible, so you can build a program that fits your specific business needs. You can set the rules by defining where, when, and how much employees can spend, down to specific days, times, or locations. Want to limit meals to $25 during weekday lunches only? You can do that in a couple clicks. You also get full visibility into what's happening across your team. Every ride and meal shows up in one place, and you can generate reports based on time, location, cost, or user. It gives you the kind of insights you actually need to fine-tune your program and stay on budget. For payments, you can choose to pay per trip or switch to monthly billing if that's easier for your finance team. And you get a single receipt for each billing period. So no more piecing together transactions one by one. You can also integrate with popular expense tools like SAP Concur, Zoho Expense, Expensify, and others. Once it's set up, receipts get forwarded automatically and everything's logged where it needs to go. No more chasing down paperwork. There's also a feature to track carbon emissions from your team's ground travel. If your company cares about sustainability goals, it's an easy way to monitor progress over time. And if you need to schedule rides for people outside your team, like clients or contractors, you can use Uber Central. You just enter their name and pick up details, and Uber handles the rest. They don't even need the app. So yeah, it's more than just a control panel. It's where the whole operation gets simplified and streamlined. So what does it feel like to actually use Uber for Business after the setup is done? Honestly, it just works. Once the rules are in place, your team doesn't really have to think about it. They just request rides or meals the same way they always have. The only difference is that they're using the business profile and everything is handled behind the scenes. There's also less time wasted coordinating things manually, fewer awkward conversations about reimbursements, and far less back and forth trying to figure out who spends what. Even setting ride limits or food budgets becomes easier when it's built into the system. No more relying on people to just follow the rules. Pricing. What you actually pay for. Let's talk costs, since that's a key part of how it all works. Uber for Business is free to set up. No subscription fees, no sign-up costs, and no minimum spending. You just pay for the rides, meals, or deliveries your team uses. By default, you're billed per trip or order, with charges applied automatically after each ride or delivery. If your team spends more than $2,500 a month, you can switch to monthly invoicing to simplify things on the accounting side. You can also set up centralized payments, so your team charges everything to a single company card. No reimbursements or approval hassles. And with custom expense codes, everything gets categorized the right way without manual input. Uber for Business integrates with tools like SAP Concur, Expensify, Zoho Expense, Rydoo, Certify, and others, so expenses are logged and reconciled automatically. You also get monthly reports that show usage and spending across your team, giving you better visibility and control over your budget. Simple setup, flexible billing, and built-in automation. So managing travel and meals doesn't become a second job. The small friction points. No system is perfect, and Uber for Business has a few small friction points. The dashboard can feel like a lot when you first log in. There's a learning curve, especially if you're the one setting up policies or tracking usage. But once you get through that, it's mostly hands-off. Switching between your personal and business profiles in the app could be smoother. If you use Uber often, it's easy to accidentally order something on the wrong profile. And not every employee will love switching to a new process, especially if they're already used to doing things a certain way. It might take a bit of nudging to get the whole team on board. Final thoughts. So here's the bottom line. Uber for Business is built to take the everyday chaos out of workplace transportation and meal planning. It doesn't try to change how people use Uber. It just makes it work better for work. The setup gives you full control. The app stays familiar to your team. The admin tools help you track spending, reduce busy work, and build programs that match how your business actually runs. If your team is already using Uber casually for work, or if you're drowning in travel and food receipts, this might be one of those tools that quietly solves a lot of annoying problems. So that's it for this video. And don't forget that if you're interested in trying out Uber for Business, my affiliate link is in the description. So if this video was helpful, I would appreciate if you sign up through it. No extra cost to you, and it helps support me. Thank you very much. I hope it was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.